Yeah. But I like the background.
Yep, and save this.
I've seen it.
Okay, cool. No problem.
So, warm-ups just about wrapping up here at the Village Green, not far away from getting this one started. For those of you who've jumped on early, this is the screen for NPL Women's New South Wales, University of New South Wales against the Northern Tigers. Kickoff scheduled for right about now, 5 p.m. local time. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to live action from Football New South Wales, NPL Women's New South Wales competition. It's University of New South Wales taking on the Northern Tigers from the Village Green. An evening kick-off, 5 p.m. under the lights, as the sun is just about to set here in the inner southern suburbs of Sydney. University of New South Wales, the home team, have made a handful of changes to last week's team due to returning players from the A-League. Tonight's goalkeeper will be Sarah Langman, fresh back from winning at the championship with the Central Coast Mariners. Also into the starting 11 is the number 14, Abby Lemon. The rest of the lineup: 4, Aya Yamahata; 6, Abigail Everts; 8, Demi Koulazakis; 10, Chloe Smith; 11, Marcella Santos; 15, Miriam Mostagimi; 16, Sky Kasasha; 17, Angela Christodoulou; and 56 is Jasmine Limon. And for the Northern Tigers tonight, no changes to the starting 11 that defeated the Wanderers 2-1 last weekend, but a couple of shuffles on the substitutes bench. But the starting 11: goalkeeper Jasmine Black; 2, Josie Wilson; 4, Izzy Keach; 5, Savannah Murray; 9, Hayley Johnson; 10, Charlotte Mortlock; 12, Saffron Grass; 14, Beth Bernardi; 16, Olivia Cartwright; 18, Bo Burton; and 26, Amy Longhurst. And then on the bench, backup goalkeeper Annalise Glastonbury. And then the new inclusion, number 11, back from the Mariners, Lily McMahon, as is number 21, Greta Krasula. 23, Misha Anderson; 29, Rosie Ewan; and 44, Isla Witham. And the bench for University of New South Wales tonight, backup keeper Carla Howe; 5, back from the Mariners, Leah Puxty; 12, Alira Toby; 18, Georgia Plessis; 19, Trudy Camilleri; and 47, also back from A-League Women's commitments, Tess Quilligan, who will be wearing the number 47. So these two teams can actually trade places on the NPL Women's table depending on the result today. because Northern Tigers start the night on 22 points with exactly 9 goal difference, and University of New South Wales are on 19 points with 9 goal difference. It's 3rd versus 7th at the start of the round, but this is one of a number of concurrent games. Results rolling in. Mount Druitt Town Rangers have already beaten NWS Spirit this weekend, and earlier today a 1-1 draw between Bulls Academy and RPL Leichhardt. So UNSW will be pretty happy with that result, as it stifles both teams' attempts to climb up the table. So for those of you not familiar with the teams, they're both wearing their home kits tonight, and it's going to be UNSW attacking the right of your screens in the yellow in this first half. Chloe Smith to get us underway, Teo Pellizzeri with you for this one. And we're underway in NPL Women's New South Wales, University of New South Wales against the Northern Tigers. 3 points could be priceless today, moving towards the finals places. And if it ends in a draw, it'll leave both teams very much stuck in an incredibly crowded mid-table. As we see Savannah Murray with a back pass and a first touch for Jasmine Black. Beth Bernardi brings the ball under control, sends it out to Josie Wilson at right back, and the Tigers look to build. Ball into the middle. It's there to be won. Saffron Grass, a heavy touch. So coming back in the other direction is UNSW. And they consolidate possession with Abigail Evetts. She's got Angela Christodoulou making width on the right. Christodoulou sends it out for a goal kick. So both teams with a chance to possess the ball in the opening minute of the game. 2 head-to-heads last season, August 18th. The Tigers won 4-1. And Lily McMahon, who is starting on the bench tonight, scored a hat-trick in that game. And they also met almost, 54 weeks ago, I would say. The 19th of May, Tigers actually came here to the Village Green and won 2-1, thanks to goals from Lily McMahon and Izzy Gomez, who is currently in the Matildas squad. What a difference a year makes. Tigers looking to build. Mortlock with a little passing triangle. Now Grass. Hayley Johnson, the American centre forward, who's in great form this season, unable to make progress. Yamahata to Evetts. Intercepted by Bernardi in midfield, and some combative work being done by Bo Burton, but then the return pass is sharked by Koulizakis. Smith. And the ball is relayed out to the left. Limon with the pass, and now looking to cut in from the flank unsuccessfully. Grass in the right place. Now buzzing around. Longhurst wins possession. Murray. Attempted long ball, intercepted in midfield. Here's Christodoulou. Sends it back to Evetts. And now Sarah Langman, new goalkeeper, gets her first touch of the NPL winter. Coming off a season where she was A-League goalkeeper of the season over summer. Cartwright. Back to Savannah Murray. Bernardi wants a short pass. Murray looking further afield. Longhurst cut it inside. Bernardi did very well to bring the ball under control and now continues her run to the edge of the box, and Yamahata is there to clear away. Such a vital presence in the defence of UNSW. Here's Marcela Santos. Taking on Saffron Grass. Grass wins the ball and wins a foul. See the grab of the shirt quite clearly with our vantage point from the Moya Dodd stand. For those of you who haven't been here to the venue, the grandstand is named after Moya Dodd. And it's a long-range free kick coming up for the Tigers. Long ball from Murray. Skims off heads. Langman says keeper's ball, and it's a comfortable catch. Christodoulou, quick to move the ball up to the halfway line. The pass, a little misdirected. Takes a deflection on the way out. Yamahata. UNSW attacking through the left. Shooting chance at the edge of the box for Smith, deflected away. Possession taken by Bernardi. And again, Beth Bernardi following up. Only one player ahead of the ball, and that is Hayley Johnson. No cause for a foul. Don't be fooled by a second whistle. There's a netball game going on the courts behind us. So if you hear a rogue whistle that doesn't correlate with play, that's what it is. Attempted through ball here. Smith off and chasing. Promising chance for UNSW, and Smith able to find a way to the ball, but not without committing a foul first. Indiscriminate little grab on Keach was enough to draw the referee's attention, and the foul was paid. It's been a brisk first 5 minutes on a cool but not cold evening. Perfect weather otherwise. No wind, no rain. Christodoulou will retrieve the ball here. Evans. Santos was perhaps intended the target of the pass, but Bernardi has been cleaning everything up so far. Yamahata caught in possession. Good hustle from Mortlock. Bernardi now pass through the right. Mortlock not going to be able to chase that down. The synthetic is going to roll pretty true, especially based on the 23's game. Predictable surface. So UNSW start with a pass out to the right side of midfield. Christodoulou. Santos making ground. Across comes Murray, and Murray made the ball her objective and clears it into the fence. Limon and Christodoulou were 1-2. Limon underhit this time, a contest. Santos rolls away with possession, driving across the penalty area, and Josie Wilson has done well to shape the clearance so that it's out for only a throw and not a corner kick. Wilson a couple of weeks back in the NPL, having played for the Newcastle Jets over summer. Longhurst. And Murray's pass is going to bend down the line. A tough one to keep in for Johnson. UNSW take over possession. Marcela Santos wheeling out to the right. It's got Olivia Cartwright there chasing her every step of the way. And that's going to be sliced away for a throw-in deep at left back. So you can see UNSW will leave plenty of numbers committed forward here to try to trap the Tigers in. Both teams think it's their throw, but Tigers get the nod. A couple of throw-ins then to work their way down the line. Santos round the corner, no one on, at least initially for UNSW, but Murray's not taking any risks. Clears it towards the line. Longhurst couldn't trap the ball, so UNSW have possession back. Christodoulou. Ball bounces up off the synthetic, there to be dealt with. Hayley Johnson was stuck in a 1-on-2. And now Langman with Johnson pressing right up to the goalkeeper. It's going to spin off the synthetic. Murray returns it with a firm pass. Kulizakis. Touch from Cartwright to Steady. Back to Keach in defence. Tried to step around the press of Kulizakis, and now problems for the Tigers because UNSW have won the ball back. Smith brings it down. Numbers getting forward in support. Christodoulou in space on the right. Sends it a teasing cross, but a little too close to the keeper. And Grabbed at first time by Jasmine Black out of the air. Johnson, a lone hand in the forward line, holds the ball up, waiting for support, and that support comes from Longhurst here. Amy Longhurst down the left side, and eventually ran out of steam, but loads back up for a second go at possession here. Smith lays it off in midfield. Abby Lemon is going to calm things down. It's been a pretty hectic end-to-end game so far through the first 10 minutes. And that pass is just going to invite on potentially more trouble. Longhurst fouls Koulizakis, so free kick to UNSW. I've seen Hayley Johnson wearing that number 9 for the Northern Tigers. Already into double figures this season, 12 for the campaign, so not a surprise that UNSW are sending 2 players to her every time the Tigers venture forward. Right now their focus is on defence. Christodoulou with a strike, and it sits up near the penalty spot for Wilson to clear away. Mostagimi. Now Kasacha. Underlapping run, a good one from Marcella Santos, and Murray got an initial block on the ball, a collision. Some pleas from the UNSW bench to the referee as Santos is felled. The referee had a good look, and now Santos is back up. Bo Burton clearing out for a throw, and Christodoulou appeals to the assistant referee, but no decision forthcoming for the home side. Looking back on the stream, it was shoulder to shoulder. Referee had a perfect view. There's quite a bit of arguing going on, but eventually the players separate and the ball is back live. Koulizakis. Intercepted by Grass, and a late whistle means it's going to be a free kick, so the defending is not done just yet for Northern Tigers, and now a set-piece opportunity for UNSW. Tigers probably shading the height, but Mostagimi has got forward to make a presence next to the goalkeeper here. And Koulizakis is going to take the free kick that she won. Sends it beyond the back post. Headers go up once, twice. Tigers winning all 3 of them. And now nodded on a volley. Blocked initially. Koulizakis freed the right foot. Flashes through the area. The follow-up is over the bar. And Abby Lemon nearly had goals in consecutive games. After that fell kindly on the left side of the penalty area. And was trying to put it across the face of goal into the top right corner, but it just kept rising. But good signs for the home side at that phase of attack, really applying the pressure to the Tigers' defence. Had a couple of chances to shoot at goal there. Santos leaves the ball with Koulizakis, now makes a dashing run forward, but Murray, good position, clears the ball to safety. Christodoulou takes the throw in. Now at the edge of the box, the build-up continues. Cross lifted in, and Kasachi has left it too close to the goalkeeper. Great combative work though. Sky Kasakia winning the ball straight back for UNSW in their attacking half. Christodoulou asking lots of questions down this right wing in the opening half, but on that occasion the 1-2 comes unstuck with Santos. Limon battling for possession. Spills to Santos. Kasakia. Limon heard the shout of Christodoulou. Left it for her teammate. Christodoulou shrugs Longhurst into the box. It's left shallow, and a shot is excellently saved by Black. Would have seen it late off the boot of Jasmine Limon. And it's out for a corner kick. We had a perfect view behind that driven shot there from Jasmine Limon. Jasmine Black down to make the save. So corner kick coming up for UNSW. Lazakis has gone over to the left side to take the corner, and there's the referee just holding a discussion here at the moment because Miriam Mostagimi is just trying to jostle into position here against Jasmine Black, the goalkeeper. So a corner kick coming up for UNSW. Kulazakis drops it at the back post. Smith's up. It sits kindly. Christodoulou couldn't quite swing a foot through the ball. UNSW now break out to the right. Santos with speed. And the ball deflects out for a throw rather than repeat corners. Right now, though, the Tigers are under the pump. The ball is living down at UNSW's end. Santos. Evans concedes a bit of ground. Back to Mostagimi. Now Yamahata. Yamahata saw a pass to take the midfield out, but Lazakis still has the defence to deal with. Lemon bombing forward. Abby Lemon cuts into the box, and a combination of defenders. Well, they've left the ball behind. Smith was able to recycle it for a moment there, but Lemon not able to move in for another chance. This came from Grass. Now Bernardi puts a foot on the ball, and in doing so was fouled as well. And it's a chance at last for the Tigers to relieve some of this pressure that they're currently under. Cartwright working with Murray. Murray not able to make progress past Santos. Johnson. Flick header on. Longhurst off and chasing. Mostagimi plays it back to Langman. Langman clears. Off the head of both Cartwright and Santos. Tigers trying to advance forward. Burton with a run. Evans, a shallow clearance, only as far as Longhurst. And Burton closed down in a 1-on-2, but Tigers will have an attacking half throw in. Maybe a chance to spend some time down at their attacking end. It's been in short supply in the first 18 minutes of the game. Johnson trying to roll her marker edge of the box, but Evans did well, and Christodoulou cleared away. Murray leans into the header. Follow up from Limon. Santos. Evans. Cleared from Johnson, but it did affect the pass. Grass. The ball fed back out to Hayley Johnson. Would love to be in the middle on the end of a cross rather than out on the wing. Mortlock. Great hustle from Mortlock. Took on two defenders. Eventually found a teammate. Now Johnson does cross it in. And at the far post, Wilson's there. And a sharp hold from Langman to deny Josie Wilson, who was getting forward from right back. And now you see her sprinting to get back in position. That's the best chance of the game so far for the Northern Tigers compared to a lot of the attacking that UNSW have done. And they're right back into gear here. Santos to Smith. And Murray braced for impact there and deflected the ball behind for a corner. So Koulizakis is taking the corners from both sides for UNSW in these early exchanges. Will this be their chance to break through for the opening goal? Koulizakis drives it right into a pack of players. It slides through. Lemon chasing. Grass will get to the ball first, but slipped at the key moment. Lemon back through the box. Koulizakis, the corner taker, on the opposite side of the area. And it's headed off the goal line. It's a row of Tigers players without really a UNSW presence. And so they will go back into their defensive half and reset here as the Tigers back line pushes up. Yamahata. Koulizakis brings the ball under her control and now sends it through the right. Santos has been everywhere in this game so far. Looks up at Cartwright, swings into the near post, and the volley was on. And Chloe Smith just didn't catch it in a way that allowed her to twist around and put it on target. It slices out for a goal kick instead. Well, it feels like a goal's coming. No shortage of attacking intent in the first 20 minutes so far. So from the left back corner, Murray just goes for distance and gets it into the attacking half. Christodoulou's throw. Grass repels. Sakia. Yamahata. And a good run from Lemon, leading Bernardi to the ball. Bernardi trying to make a contest and hold up Jasmine Lemon. Josie Wilson came across to make it a 2-on-1. And now Keach clears, but only as far as Yamahata. And then turns and plays the ball back to Mostagimi. Oh, Everts misjudged the pass, which was bending away, and this has opened the door for Longhurst to take over possession for the Northern Tigers. Breaking forward, tried to play it square, eventually finds its intended target. Now Mortlock darts through the right, gets the better of Yamahata, but cannot shoot past Mostagimi. It's good movement from Mortlock, though. A little right-way sidestep to lose Yamahata initially. She's on the ball again here. Mortlock. Outside of the foot, well, was it a cross, was it a shot? It ends up going out off the corner flag for a goal kick in the end. Charlotte Mortlock there, really promising 30 seconds where she took on Yamahata, was able to turn it into a shot on goal. Goal kick taken by Mostagimi. Mortlock. Trying to shrug the attention of Koulizakis. Difficult to do so, but wins a throw in the end. Wilson takes the throw for the Northern Tigers. Knocked into the box. Bernardi chasing after the ball, but couldn't run it down. Smith. You can see that some of the passes across the pitch have just been a little bit too well struck to be chased down by the players herring after them. Christodoulo on that occasion. So the throw-in is coming for Olivia Cartwright. Kasakia clears. Murray not able to put a touch on the ball. So here's Smith. Santos, an underlapping run is a good one. Marcela Santos, stand-up tackle, was able to hold her progress. She's still got the ball though. Christodoulou. And Santos drops the shoulder at the edge of the box. Lots of traffic though. Limon trying to keep the relay going, but it's been intercepted by Mortlock. Here's the counter-attack on here. Big 50-50. Mostagimi came through and won it. And then thought, why not have a shot from distance? But it goes wide in the end. Counter-attack was on there for the Tigers. And Miriam Mostagimi did really well, stepping up and winning the ball. Long ball for Northern Tigers. Hayley Johnson's been a bit starved of service and opportunities so far. Playing as the centre forward. Watches that one run long down to Langman. Now Johnson chasing and has done well to effect a pass out of defence and a foul as well. So mid-range free kick coming up for the Northern Tigers. There's Mortlock, who was on the end of the challenge. And Savannah Murray, no thoughts of playing this quickly. He's going to wait for some of the taller Northern Tigers players to assemble forward of the ball. Just one player in the wall for UNSW. So Murray's free kick. Drops it just inside the area. Wilson with a flashing header and held on one bounce by Langman. He was quick to throw it to Christodoulou and right back. Sakia in midfield, keeps it moving. Smith heard the shout of Santos. Couldn't meet her with the pass, but Christodoulou is there. Now Santos knocks it back inside. And as far as saffron grass. And I think a handball is the call there. Beth Bernardi protests, but the referee said handball. So a free kick at a similar distance, only mirrored here to what we had a minute ago for the Tigers. Now it's UNSW's turn. See, Abigail Evans has ghosted out to the right side to be a bit of a short pass option. Christodoulou. To the edge of the box it goes. Murray was bustling through. Now Johnson. Here the collision between Longhurst and Yamahata, and Longhurst did well. Johnson. Back to Cartwright. Longhurst twisting and turning and eventually keeping the ball. Well, only for so long. Took on one defender too many. But Bernardi helps out. And the Tigers have the ball back. Murray with a switch of flanks. Over to Wilson. Wilson trying to get the better of Lemon. Is going to cross from deep. And catching practice for Sarah Langman next to the near post. Tigers starting to bring a bit of balance back to general play, though, after UNSW had very much the better of the opening 20 minutes. Yamahata's pass here is going to just keep rolling on the synthetic. Has it got enough on it to make it out for a goal kick? Indeed it does. Saw, I may not have seen it on the camera, but Annalise Rasmussen was making her way around in front of the stand a moment ago. Another signing for the University of New South Wales. Will be playing NPL for them after having a break at the end of the A-League season. So we see a deflection here that's going to lead to a corner. This is a nice little bonus for the Northern Tigers. Just a pass from the right flank, taking a big deflection. And it's ended up rolling out for a set-piece opportunity. Izzy Keach, Josie Wilson, Savannah Murray, they've all come forward here to try and contest this corner kick opportunity, which is going to be taken short. Mortlock sends it back out to the corner. In it comes now, and the header is on target, carried away. Longhurst drawing a good save out of Langman. The reflexes were sharp, and then Langman collapses onto the ball and prevents a follow-up. They do have some tall targets to aim for, the Northern Tigers, and Longhurst, one of them, very nearly opened the scoring. Now, in the blink of an eye, it's down the other end. One pass and Santos is away. Taking on Wilson, it's Marcella Santos to Ristadulu at the edge of the box. Black, a little bobble, but it falls kindly because Savannah Murray was there to protect the ball, and now Black is out to pick up. So, shots on target at both ends. And the goalkeepers prevailing in both instances. Half an hour ticked by, still scoreless. Bernardi. In a crowded midfield. That's a really nice 1-2. And it's going to continue here. Johnson releases Bernardi at the edge of the box. Now she has to cut back. Lots of yellow shirts between her and goal. And then Cartwright can't step through the double challenge there of Kulizakis and Ristadulu. Throw in the result. Johnson trying to work here against Mostagimi, who's taken the points in the duels so far between centre-back and centre-forward. Kulizakis, a long ball. Santos was hanging off the last defender, but it was a good header by Keach. Ristadulu makes a block. Through comes Limon, helping out Ristadulu. And now Santos into space at the edge of the area. And Smith in the middle. Well, had Wilson that she was trying to deal with in order to create an opening, and just stumbling as the ball rolled past. Got a sub coming up here. Amy Longhurst has come off. So it's not completely clear what the issue is. Seems to be on her haunches. But having had that chance on goal, saved well by Langman just a minute ago. She's off, and first appearance back in the NPL. Lily McMahon is on in the meantime. Santos is volleying over the bar. And Lily McMahon, who made her A-League Women's debut over summer, but was a sparingly used player by the Mariners in the A-League, is now back in the NPL, where she managed to score 4 goals in the 2 games against UNSW last season. A hat-trick at North Turramurra, and also scored a goal here at the Village Green when the teams met. So happy memories of this venue for her. And she's back in the NPL. And she'll be leading the line in the number 11 shirt, having come on for Longhurst. So Hayley Johnson's got a new strike partner next to her. But right now, the focus of the Tigers is on defending. Santos out to Ristadulu. These two have had a great combination so far in the game. And they're linking up once again. Santos veers right. Ristadulu gets there before the line. The cut across in the opening goal. Kulizakis on the end of it. And UNSW will feel as though that goal has been coming. They take a 1-0 lead. A very well-executed move. And it's the combination on the right between Angelique Ristadulu and Marcella Santos that bears fruit in the end. And Demi Kulizakis presented with a side foot finish that set up perfectly and was slotted past Jasmine Black into the net. The Tigers are having a bit of a huddle here in the aftermath of conceding the opening goal. Fourth of the season for Demi Kulizakis. And a player of her quality in NPL New South Wales needed no invitation to put that chance away. The assist, as good as the goal, you'd have to say. And now, the Tigers, who had made a forced sub just a moment before conceding the goal, have to respond because they've spent a lot of this first half under the pump in defence, and they've only had brief moments of seemingly bringing balance back to general play. Concern here for UNSW, though, because it looks like Marcela Santos is down, and given how brilliant she's been in this game so far, it would be a real shame if she's picked up an injury that can't be treated on the run here. She's favouring her left knee. Just over 10 minutes of regulation until half-time. Going to try and get a look back at this on the stream to have another look at exactly what felled Santos here. Well, it was a front-on collision with Savannah Murray, so impact rather than anything to do with the surface, and front of the knee can be quite painful. So the assessment continues for Marcela Santos at the moment. 2 goals this season, but anyone who's watched this UNSW team in any game, never mind tonight, will know that her movement and her creativity is absolutely vital to the way this team attacks. And she's been able to run under her own steam to the sideline. So that's a relief, and hopefully she'll be able to continue unencumbered. So a little bit of a break in momentum. Tigers would not want to be their own worst enemy, gifting possession away in the defensive half, though, here. Murray is going to take preventative measures and sweep it long into the attacking half, albeit conceding a throw in doing so. Santos back up and moving. Santos trying to roll away from Cartwright, intercepted by Murray. Gets another chance here. Everts, misplaced pass. Johnson takes over. Everts trying to make amends. Bernardi. Here goes McMahon. First involvement in the game, not quite. Pass just ran away from her out on the left flank. Kasakia, a real battle here. McMahon's kept her feet, and the referee's whistle goes. And Kasakia is deemed to have infringed, lying on the ball. So it's a free kick wide on the left flank. You imagine Savannah Murray wants to take it quickly. Cartwright. Have they perhaps outfoxed themselves here, though, the Tigers? They're going to keep possession, but they're moving backwards and sideways. Now the forward pass comes. Wilson herring after it, down to the corner in a duel. Able to keep it in initially. Lemon clears, only as far as grass. The step over from Johnson. McMahon, well, the ball arrived at her, but she wasn't quite ready for it. Now a long shot, which is hit well over the bar and into the fence behind the goal. Coming in from Olivia Cartwright. It was a clever step over from Johnson, and of course it's a new strike partnership being forged here on the run between Lily McMahon and Hayley Johnson, who herself is in her own first season of NPL New South Wales after moving up from the Preston Lions. The American giving things a go in Australia. Christodulu. Santos able to show Cartwright a clean pair of heels. Smith off and chasing. Keach follows. Keach put a foot on the ball. Smith. Recycling play. Bernardi. Christodulu. Hardy went in for a block tackle, but Mostagimi held her ground. And now a ball with a bit of shape on it that will bend into the path of Chloe Smith, and it's deflected behind for a corner by Izzy Keach, and she had to be there. That was a good pass by Mostagimi. Really brought the centre forward into play. So a corner kick coming up for the home side with 5 minutes of regulation until half-time. They're trying to double their lead here. And it's Koulizakis, the goal scorer, who is now trying to turn provider. Corner to the near post, headed away initially. The follow-up is on, though. Kasakia sends it wide. Didn't strike it with quite the power to keep it down. It's more just a drifter that lifted away. Wilson. Saffron Grass trying to come through and win possession, and in doing so has driven it long. Langman is going to roam out of her penalty area to go and watch this ball roll true off the synthetic out for a goal kick. It's interesting, the plan today. Langman is going to be the second pass on the end of a short goal kick here, and now decides enough of this. I'm going to clear. Finds ahead of Christodoulou, who did well to glance it on. Battle for possession ensues. Burton, once, twice. Ball deflects into the middle of the pitch. The referee's seen a push there. Kasakia not disguising it enough as Hayley Johnson flew through. So this one only just inside the attacking half. Still plenty needs to be done. Cartwright deflected and headed away from the edge of the box. Follow up by Murray. Slicing on this time. Johnson brings it down. Bernardi, hard against the line. Wins a throw in. So the Tigers at least stay in the attacking half. Not the most convincing set piece, though. Going all the way back to their goalkeeper this time, Jasmine Black. It's got Keach almost at halfway. Now the long ball. Look at the pace of McMahon. Was able to run up and meet that pass just as it landed, but couldn't quite get a touch on the ball. And so Langman can clean things up for UNSW, but McMahon there showing her speed. She sprinted onto that long ball. Something to put in the back of the mind for both sides. Limon. Everts. Smith. Straight to Murray. Grass. Everts did well contesting against Burton. And now McMahon off and running again. Mostagimi's going to try and match her for speed here, but McMahon got to the ball first. It's Lily McMahon into the penalty area, trying to square it up for Bernardi. Gets another chance. Full-blooded slide challenge comes in from Koulizakis. And Koulizakis clearing to safety. McMahon wasn't happy with the way Demi Koulizakis went flying in for that challenge, but she made the ball her own. Again, the speed of Lily McMahon is so noticeable. She's running into open space. There's only a minute of regulation to go in this first half, though. Are the Tigers building a bit of a late momentum to try and equalise before the break? McMahon. Well, the pass a little bit too sharp for Cartwright out on the left flank. Santos in a contest. Cartwright's done well with Murray. Now Burton sinks the slipper, sends it high and long. It's going to bounce high off the synthetic. Johnson in a tangle with Mostagimi. Hard up against the line. Now has McMahon in support. And tries to thread it through, but no nonsense defending from Kasaki there, just to blaze it out. Can't see a fourth official for this one today, so all on the discretion of the referee how much stoppage we play at the end of the first half. Mostagimi calmly back to Langman. Foul in midfield. Defensive side of the centre line. Yamahata happy to go short. Mostagimi immediately under pressure from Johnson. And it's the final act of the first half. The first half that's been lively from start to finish. Perfect weather for football, and both teams have responded in kind. No shortage of attacking intent. University of New South Wales with the only goal of the game so far. An excellent link-up between Angelique Christodoulou and Marcela Santos on the right flank. And then across perfectly into the path of Demi Koulizakis to sweep in for the only goal of the game so far. You feel like there will be more. The onus is on the Northern Tigers to go chasing this game, though, because as things stand, UNSW will be leapfrogging them on the table and potentially leaping some way up the table after starting the day in 7th place. So you'll see the stats and the countdown clock. Stay with us through the halftime break, and we'll be back with live action in about 10 minutes from now. That halftime score, University of New South Wales 1, Northern Tigers 0.
Chicken nuggets this way. In that car park. Yeah, but you know, like, oh, it's just like a classic style for this brand. And I have never been able to justify. It's like it's $400, and I found it ridiculous to Japan. Like yeah, so it's like a really high. So yeah, like it looks like that. Yeah, it's just like my dream. Very, very excited to look at that. Very, very excited. So yeah. Yeah, I know. Together, and then we've got a wedding at the end of this year, in October this year. So if you like these out together, we'll wedding. This wedding. Yeah. So I'm very excited. It was one of those things that like I had if you know about Depop, I've explained to you, it's like secondhand clothes, yeah. I've had an alert on for this dress, and like every time it like comes up, I'm like, and then it like came to my size, and it was, I think it was less than 2 I was like, this is 180. I was like, I can't. And it was when I was thinking like, we've got this wedding this year, I was like, okay, maybe I just get it. Then I got it and I tried it on, and I was like, yep, this is it. This is as good as you can. It's a good length for me. I've loved. Yeah. I'm excited. No. It's exciting. It's my cousin that I'm close to, his wedding, and we're invited to the house, to the bridal shower and stuff. Abby's doing the full shebang. It's exciting. It's at hers on board. Yeah. So it's very nice, but it's all on the wedding. So it's like Abby's being chucked completely in the deep end. It's not just like a wedding. Yeah, it's going to be very Abby will be dancing. Oh no. Yeah, wow, okay. Where, that one. I think, like 8 years. Yeah. Yes. I was looking at photos from last year, how they had like the style frying station and like prosciutto that they were cutting on the side, like this massive. So I'm keen to try to get a good feel. After I'm to eat, I always go to these things together, like busy mingling and like chatting, just going to yeah, I wonder what there's a lot of people come up nothing. That is the entire stage. Cargo. watched last night for the show. He's a men's netballer, plays for New South Wales. Did it yeah. I wonder if they're uni things. See you? Oh, of course. Yeah. slower as well.
Welcome back to live pictures from the Village Green, where at half-time of this NPL Women's New South Wales match, it is the home side, University of New South Wales 1, leading the Northern Tigers 0. Northern Tigers to kick off the second half right here. And they are chasing a deficit at the moment. And immediately, Charlotte Mortlock has been fouled and come off worse for wear in a collision with the goal scorer, Demi Koulazakis. Both players receiving attention from their teammates, and now the trainers are both making their way across the pitch to assess both players. Barely 30 seconds into this second half. Speedy Mortlock is back on her feet. Koulazakis still down on the turf at the moment. So the halftime team talk still ringing in the ears of both teams. We've seen one forced substitution in this game. Amy Longhurst left the game in the first half, and on came Lily McMahon for her NPL Women's return. First game of the season for her. And looking around the University of New South Wales team, it appears as though they did not make any halftime changes, and they certainly won't want to be forced into one here, given Koulazakis is the goal scorer. And you see there is a high five between Mortlock and Koulazakis. So both of them seemingly okay to continue in the game. All right, I've spotted one change for the Northern Tigers. Misha Anderson has come on, the number 23. No fourth official, so we'll try and do a head count and work out who's come off. But right now, a free kick into the penalty area. It's going to spill off a cluster of players and fall kindly into the gloves of Sarah Langman. By the looks of things, it appears as though Izzy Keach is the player who's made way for Anderson at half-time. So the number 4 coming off for the number 23, Anderson, the West Australian, who has come over to Sydney to try to progress her career after breaking through for half a dozen appearances for Perth Glory over the summer. And she might be called into action right here, because Marcela Santos is often chasing this ball out to the wing. Santos dancing on the ball. Into the area she veers. Santos tried to get the better of Jasmine Black up against the near post. And the goalkeeper, better than that, making the save. And rolling it immediately back out. Savannah Murray. Now here is Anderson. Long ball into the attacking half, but only briefly as it's headed away. Follow up from Saffron Grass up against Sky Kasakia, and Kasakia fouls Grass and gives away a free kick. Josie Wilson. See a very heavily strapped left thigh or hamstring there for Wilson as the ball advances down the right side. Mortlock back up and running. Outside of the foot, attempted a through ball and a missed interception, and a chance here. Burton denied. The follow-up from Bernardi. Tigers level early in the second half, and it's Beth Bernardi with the strike. Bo Burton had the initial chance. It was a slip at the centre of defence. And the hustle of Mortlock is what made the goal. An outside of the foot flick, which went to the top of the penalty area. And then straight from kickoff, Johnson through, committing a foul. This game is stepping it up quite a bit. Now, could this become end-to-end? Santos takes a speculative shot on a tight angle. So the game has really sprung to life with a goal early in the second half. Battle for possession on the right side of attack for UNSW. Got multiple whistles going because there is a netball game taking place behind our camera position, so the whistle out on the football pitch does say a free kick here for the home side as they look to restore their lead. Christodoulou takes the free kick. Anderson, now the follow-up. Kasakia, it's looping! It wasn't level for long. Sky Kasakia puts University of New South Wales back into the lead with a looping shot. That got the better of Jasmine Black in goal. And so a quick exchange of goals at the start of the second half. And the home side back up 2-1. So the Northern Tigers, well, they know they can score, but the parity that they'd worked for in this game disappeared in a handful of minutes. And they now find themselves chasing the game again. Koulizakis is down and hurt for the second time in this half. In the meantime, the Tigers are attacking. Bernardi, one goal already, trying to advance again. And as the ball bounces out, Demi Koulizakis will receive more treatment here. And it's a different concern this time. There's a card as well, so maybe the protestations of Demi Koulizakis to the referee a little too vocal. So even though she's down receiving treatment, she's also become the first player in the game to receive a booking. 7 minutes into the second half. It's got a very attacking bench, the UNSW team. They've got Alira Toby and Trudy Camilleri available to them if Koulizakis is unable to continue. Moving properly over to the bench, but at least able to walk herself. Well, play's restarted with Koulizakis still coming off. And yeah, the referee's perhaps seen the situation and is going to wait for the injured player to leave the game. And we'll do it all again with the throw-in. Savannah Murray takes a side step to get around Smith. Wilson has Mortlock in space. Charlotte Mortlock lifts it across and nearly met by the head. Olivia Cartwright, she went leaning in towards the ball, but it ended up evading her and bouncing through the penalty area. Koulizakis is looks as though she's going to make way. I think there's activity going on the bench at the moment. She is back on for now, so hold off on any thoughts of a substitution. 11 versus 11 is restored. Bernardi back helping out the defence. This ball hugs the line, unable to be kept in. We're going to see a substitution. It looks like Tess Quilligan is going to be making her first appearance of the season. And it is Demi Koulazakis who makes way. So one of the University of New South Wales goal scorers comes off. Quilligan joins a pretty unique club. Players to have played for both Sydney Uni and University of New South Wales. With, of course, her stint over summer at the Central Coast Mariners in between. Throw in, bit of grabbing and grappling in the area. Black eventually out to the ball. Well, I've got the player who got subbed off incorrect. I'll update you on that in short order because Koulazakis is still out there. No fourth official, my apologies. UNSW on the attack in the meantime. Limon pushed down to Black. Clearance by Anderson. Koulazakis with the header. Now following up. Bernardi. Cartwright. And a foul here on Wilson. And it's actually Sky Kasakia who's made way as the player subbed out. So the most recent goal scorer is who has come off here for UNSW. So that sub confirmed now. It's the number 16, Kasakia off. Back pass here from Evans. A sharp one to deal with for Langman. Santos. Koulazakis down the right side. Christodoulou follows up. Late contact. And a free kick given. Savannah Murray goes in to apologise for the lateness of the foul. Lengthy delay here as we wait for the referee to address, I think, a lack of a ball with the fourth official. All right, that's been retrieved. There's already one out on the pitch. The game is ready to resume. Header away from the top of the box. Long ball from Murray. Johnson trying to break through two defenders. Evans finds Quilligan. Quilligan. Short to Mostagimi, and now Yamahata. Abby Lemon trying for a diagonal ball, which is going to bounce on kindly here. Santos shrugged her opponent. Still got Murray to deal with, though. And Murray put a foot on the ball, but conceded a corner in doing so. UNSW, as the game ticks up to the hour mark, have a chance to extend their lead. So a corner kick for UNSW. Into the near post it falls. Tigers had a cluster of players. Quilligan caught in possession. Energetic defending from the front from Johnson, who thought she was fouled for her trouble, but play continues. Evans down the right side. Bernardi. And a neat little flick back into midfield. Mortlock trying to control a very firmly struck pass. And Yamahata takes over for UNSW. Kulizakis, well, trying to release Christodoulou, breaking down the right flank, but off the synthetic, that one just kept going. There was a deflection, seemingly. UNSW get the throw in. They'll be happy about that. Quilligan, Christodoulou. Kulizakis sends it out to the right. Marcela Santos. And a push and a free kick. Level with the penalty area, so UNSW continuing to maintain their territorial advantage. Of course, the goal that separates the teams was a follow-up after an initial clearance from a corner, so a different angle to work with here. What can they conjure from this free kick? It's going to fall on the roof of the net. A shot direct on goal in the end from Demi Kulizakis, but not really troubling the goalkeeper. Score remains 2-1. Northern Tigers have made the two substitutions so far. As they chase the game, Johnson, a little glance on. Mortlock away in chasing. Charlotte Mortlock running at Yamahata. The ball is deflected, and that wrong-footed Hayley Johnson. Lemon splits the midfield. Finds Santos, but the follow-up is on for Mortlock to retain possession for the Tigers. Murray, Mortlock, Grass. And Murray goes for a long pass. Yamahata into the back of Hayley Johnson. And a free kick. The results. So Savannah Murray can strike the ball with plenty of distance from just inside the attacking half. It's going to tumble to the edge of the box. Johnson left it in the end. Trying to create an element of surprise. It ends up in the gloves of Sarah Langman. Rolled out to the right side of defence. Looks like a double change is waiting in the wings for UNSW. A couple of players holding their substitute bibs, already standing. So the team in the lead. No thoughts of letting up. They've got a couple of fresh faces on the way. Mr. Anderson goes for a long ball. Everts volleys back to the halfway line. Bernardi set Anderson a task, and she's gone bowling through, getting to the ball late. And Mr. Anderson is going to receive a card here. She does apologise, but it was a hefty challenge with the ball. Not really part of it. A big collision with Demi Koulizakis, who's now lying outside the field of play. So, second yellow card of the game, shown by the referee. Yeah, the ball's not really even close to the collision when it happens. So, referee, no surprise, reaching for the yellow card. And you wonder, is this going to change what the thinking was on the UNSW bench? Because they had a double sub seemingly ready to go. But now they have a player down. The Tigers are using this delay to have about 7 or 8 of their players gather in a huddle to discuss their plan of attack to try and get back into the match. So the resulting free kick set to be taken, with Koulizakis still seated outside the field. Here is the free kick, landing at the penalty spot. Header away by Wilson. Bernardi trying to protect the ball. In comes Smith. Christodoulou trying to break to the right. Denied the ball. Now free kick going Northern Tigers' way. Koulizakis is back on. It's 11 versus 11 once again. And still, the double sub for UNSW. Wait in the wings. Yamahata breaking forward. Koulizakis fires a shot straight into Anderson. Those two reacquainting themselves. This time with the ball very much at the centre of it. And it looks as though the shout is now coming from the UNSW sideline to make this double change. So it looks like it's Abigail Everts, one of the players who's been summoned, and also Marcela Santos, who hasn't been quite as prominent in the 22 minutes of the second half, but she had a blazing first half and is a key reason that UNSW have been on top in this game. But her night is over. And so 2 changes coming here. It looks as though Leah Puxty is coming on for UNSW here. Was part of the Central Coast Mariners championship winning squad, albeit not involved on grand final day. She comes on wearing the number 5, and straight away she's going to be chasing. We'll get to the second sub in just a moment, because right now Tigers are on the attack. Mortlock cleared away by Yamahata. Now Lemon. Puxty, first touch off the bench, and it's going to slide out for a throw-in. And it looks as though Trudy Camilleri is the other player who has come on here for UNSW. Puxty with a header that's going to run down to Langman. Yep, it's Camilleri confirmed, the other sub that's come into the game. And those two replaced Marcela Santos and also Abigail Everts. So UNSW seemingly have moved Yamahata into more of a right-sided position, and Puxty's come in on the left side of the defence. Abby Lemon playing it more advanced up the pitch in more of a midfield role. Just over 20 minutes of regulation to go. So as UNSW shuffle and introduce 2 new players, How different will their attack look now with Santos out, Camilleri on? Mostagimi's header. Bernardi gets a foul on Smith. Mostagimi, long free kick which bounces into the gloves of Jasmine Black. Black puts it on the ground, kicks it back to halfway. Johnson wins the header against Yamahata, but it only goes as far as Lemon. Murray over to Anderson. She's got Wilson on the right, cuts it inside. Mortlock back to Wilson. Possession taken by Mostagimi. Camilleri, first touch off the bench. It has Mortlock to contend with, and indiscriminate grab on Mortlock means that the free kick goes Northern Tigers' way, just inside the attacking half. And taken quickly by Murray, clipping it to the edge of the box. Brought down by Johnson, follow up from Bernardi. Cartwright sends it back out to the flank. Burton. Both teams think it's their throw. And the Tigers do have the decision. So level with the box. That's where the ball lands. McMahon, well, it's a free kick back the other way. So UNSW off the hook. Game just in a bit of a holding pattern at the moment. We haven't had too much goalmouth action. Who's going to create the next big chance? Murray. Limon. Now Koulizakis. Wilson brings it to ground. Mortlock. Left it a little bit shallow, but Wilson gets the better of Lemon. And then turns straight back into trouble. And Lemon had the chance to win the ball back and did. Smith sends it out to the left. Koulizakis playing with real energy, hard against the line. Brings the ball to a standstill, but only picked out Savannah Murray. Puxty follows up. Trying to advance the ball. Gets a second opportunity here. Puxty, slide challenge comes in from McMahon. And now the Tigers have the ball. Lily McMahon trying to launch a counter-attack. Mortlock sees Johnson. Will the flag stay down? Hayley Johnson breaking through the right. Johnson, well, sits up. It's there to be played at. And now Mostagimi puts it out for a corner kick. It was a tight call. All of the UNSW players appealed for offside, but Hayley Johnson just kept running. And the result is a corner kick for the visiting team. So corner kick coming up for the Northern Tigers. To the far post it goes. Solid header by Johnson and cleared away by Yamahata. Good corner by Bo Burton though. And they'll get a second opportunity to try and do something similar here. Will Burton put it in exactly the same spot? Nope, they're going to mix it up. Short corner. Mortlock, back to Burton, back to Mortlock. Can they get a ball in? Mortlock lifts in the cross now, and Langman holds it. With Johnson running behind the goalkeeper on that one. Christodoulou clearing long. Only as far as Cartwright. Now Limon. Camilleri. Dispossessed. Cartwright. Johnson brings the ball down. Puxty guarding the American attacker. Good play by Johnson round the corner. And now Mortlock with a burst of speed. Tangle of legs. Lemon, well, shouts to the referee right at the edge of the penalty area, but the end result's a corner rather than a free kick. So still a set-piece opportunity. We saw a really dangerous corner barely a minute ago from Bo Burton. She will be on delivery again here. So Burton, 3 corners in quick succession. This one's all UNSW, and it's headed straight back out. So make it 4 corners in quick succession. Haley Johnson, the obvious target to aim for, but the Tigers have got plenty of players camped in the penalty area. Burton, beyond the far post. First header is Johnson! Tigers are level. And it's 2-2 in the Village Green. Bo Burton's corner taking was going to be a factor, the more chances they gave her. And with 15 minutes of regulation to go, this game has been squared away at 2-2, and it's anyone's now. Tigers appear to be getting the sub ready in the aftermath of the goal. Looks as though it's Beth Bernardi who's making way here. I'll get you the name of the replacement player in just a moment. So will the Northern Tigers now embrace this momentum? Or can UNSW take the lead for a 3rd time in the game? Anderson with a long clearance. Yamahata. Johnson. Contact on Yamahata. No foul though. Throw-in going the way of the visiting team. At the edge of the box, McMahon, clever. Got a shot away, but it flashes wide at the near post without really troubling Sarah Langman. So in the aftermath of that goal, the player who did come on was Greta Kruzula for Beth Bernardi, the former young Matilda, who, like a host of players in this game, is making her first appearance of the season back from the A-League with the Central Coast Mariners. She gets a cameo here to try and help the Northern Tigers win this game, and here she is up for the header now. And so by my count, that is Haley Johnson's 13th goal of the NPL New South Wales season. Having a great campaign. Right now, though, it's UNSW doing the attacking. Lemon arriving late. Kulizakis there as well, but it was vital defending from Saffron Grass to win the ball as it fell in the penalty area. And here's Grass again. Heavy touch this time, but she's going to keep chasing. Lemon. Kulizakis, now Quilligan. Christodoulou. Cleared by Savannah Murray. Only as far as Aya Yamahata. I do feel like UNSW are reloading for more. They don't want to be overrun here by the visiting team. Camilleri. That back pass is going to slide out. Tigers throw. Or is it? It's going to be UNSW ball. Quilligan and Christodoulou linking up. Now Yamahata. Murray volleys back in the other direction. It's a game that promised goals, and it hasn't disappointed in the second half. For all the attacking we saw in the first half, it hasn't been quite as robust or end-to-end here in the second half, but the chances have been finished. It's giving us this scoreline. Could it be a case of next goal wins with 10 minutes to go? Limon moving it back to Yamahata. Christodoulou has to hurry to get onto the end of that pass. And Yamahata now in a bit of space. Mostagimi to Puxty. Puxty down the line, 11 up against Wilson, and Wilson doesn't want to play a back pass, instead lofts it over the perimeter fence out for a throw. Camilleri surrounded by Tigers defenders. Kruzula came through and won the ball. Mortlock. Johnson, body check by Mostagimi, able to protect the ball as it ran out. Puxty. Quilligan. That pass is going to slide a little bit backwards, but Christodoulou will wheel onto it on the right side of midfield. Back to Tess Quilligan. Yamahata. Puxty. Trying to drive forward here for UNSW. Smith. Christodoulou is going to cross from deep. Camilleri! Great save initially, but it finds a way in. Off the fingertips. UNSW in front for a third time in the game. And it is Trudy Camilleri who pops up as the super sub to make it 3-2 to the home side in the 82nd minute. And Jasmine Black seemingly got a hand on the ball, but it didn't take enough of the momentum out of it, and it just dipped over the line and found a way to bounce into the side netting. You've got to credit the movement of Angelique Christodoulou down the right side. It was an excellent cross in, and Camilleri with a really well-fashioned header. Jasmine Black will be cursing that she wasn't able to find a way to tip it around the post rather than in at her team's expense. So the Tigers have found a way to equalise twice tonight. They've still got plenty of time to chase the game once again, but that's been the mentality of their night so far. They've been chasing for so much of this game, and any time that they have spent level has been short-lived. Camilleri, the most recent goal scorer. Smith. Lemon, cleared by Grass. Camilleri again. Holds the ball back to Puxty. Lemon. Here's Mostagimi. She goes back to Langman. Langman's pass, intercepted by Kruzula. That's the Tigers on the attack. Little nutmeg and a shot from distance. Oh, ambitious there from Lily McMahon. Trying to catch out Sarah Langman, but ended up sending it high and wide. Feels like there's going to be a lot more attacking being done. We're going to have the ball sent from halfway up to the goalkeeper because that shot from McMahon has bounced out. Needs to be collected by someone behind the fence. Camilleri knocks it back to Limon. Quilligan crunched in a 1-on-2. And through came Cartwright to win the free kick. So we saw a series of corners lead to the equaliser for the Northern Tigers. Now at 3-2 down. Will the free kick be the method that they can find a third. Murray wasting no time. Drops it at the penalty spot. Emphatic header away by Mostagimi. Saffron Grass, first to the ball. Showed a bit of it to Camilleri, and that was enough to nick it off her toes. However, the clearance is only as far as Kruzula. Quilligan. Crossfield ball was a risky one. Johnson intercepted. Murray gets a second chance to pass forward. Puxty heads away. And as the ball slides towards the sideline, out it goes. Last touch off Christodoulou. So Northern Tigers have the ball. Yamahata with a header. And the free kick as UNSW come out of defence. So 5 minutes of regulation to go. And the home team in front. What would be a very valuable win if they can close it out to jump up the table. They would overtake the Northern Tigers head-to-head, and other results will dictate exactly how high from 7th they can proceed to climb this weekend. It's a very crowded table. You see a change here. Abby Lemon coming off. And Georgia Plessis comes on for these, well, what will be the final 4 minutes of regulation now. So Lemon, who was on the right side of, or on the left side, I should say, of midfield, has been replaced by Plessis. Yamahata. Josie Wilson puts the head down and sends the ball out to Mortlock. Still full of running at the end of the night, but this time has Chloe Smith tackling the ball away. Saffron Grass. Now Josie Wilson. Murray. There's a long shot on here, shoulder to shoulder. Good challenge from Camilleri, and just put off whatever pass or shot it was that Murray was about to attempt, and it just slewed off the boot. Down to the goalkeeper. Langman hurls it to Puxty. Puxty's long ball. He was going to go all the way down to Jasmine Black, and she's the keeper that's got to keep the tempo ticking over. Northern Tigers chasing this game, but time is their enemy. Anderson. Straight onto the head of Puxty. Smith. Turns in midfield. Quilligan. Quick check of what options were on. Backwards was the choice. Langman drawn out of the penalty area, but looking calm. However, the pass straight to Kruzula. McMahon, the return ball. Kruzula battling against Quilligan, and Quilligan was vital there. When we saw McMahon shoot from distance only a few minutes ago, this time the thoughts were on trying to play the return ball. She takes the throw in here. How can the Tigers get going? Lily McMahon. Stuck in a 1-on-2, and the numbers went out. Quilligan comes up with the ball for UNSW. And the block is just going to result in a throw-in, and Yamahata can slow things down here. Christodoulou takes the throw-in. It's going to bounce up almost to the halfway line, but the Northern Tigers have to concede another throw. This is just winding seconds off the clock here to the advantage of UNSW. Christodoulou again. Ball falls for Smith. Camilleri, the lone attacker, chasing after it. Anderson is going to watch it roll out for a goal kick. So Jasmine Black will reset in the penalty area. But the goal kick is onto the head of Quilligan, so Tigers remain in their defensive half. Cartwright can't get it past Quilligan at the moment. And Anderson is chasing back towards the byline, but this time with Camilleri there for company. Cut back to the edge of the box. It's going to sit up kindly. Quilligan advances onto the ball, sees Plessis in space. Georgia Plessis now from the left flank. Oh, and flashes it across the face. That would have been 3 points in the bank for UNSW. And it's gone out for a corner kick. So they're down the right end of the home side. And Plessis, the most recent sub to have entered the game, very nearly put a full stop on it. Must have taken a deflection off Josie Wilson. So, will the corner go short? Will we start to see a bit of time wasting over the ball? Indeed we will. And the assistant referee's flagging though. I think it's going to be a retake here. So, we're into stoppage time at the end of the night. How many minutes will UNSW have to wind off the clock here to put these 3 points away? Both teams think it's their ball and it's a goal kick, so it didn't spend too long down in the corner. We've had 30 seconds of stoppage time, and Black plays the ball to Murray. Can the Tigers grab their third equaliser of the night right at the very end? Lemon loses out, and Bo Burton fouled in midfield. So it's a chance for Savannah Murray to drive the ball forward again. Nope, she's going to get forward herself. Jasmine Black's coming up to halfway and is going to take this free kick instead. So they're going to commit plenty of numbers forward here, the Northern Tigers, as they pursue an equaliser. Big defensive stand coming up for UNSW. Black drops it at the edge of the box, headed away by Mostagimi. And the referee, after 1 minute and 15 seconds of stoppage time, says that will do. And UNSW are winners thanks to Trudy Camilleri's header. And the Northern Tigers, even though they dig deep to equalise twice, are going to leave on the losing side. It was an end-to-end entertaining game. It threatened goals from more or less the moment it kicked off, and we weren't disappointed in that respect. And ultimately it was Demi Kulazakis, Sky Kasakia and Trudy Camilleri, the goal scorers for the winning team. And they were able to cancel out the first equaliser that came from Beth Bernardi and the second from Hayley Johnson. Hope you've enjoyed the coverage. My name's Teo Pellizzeri on behalf of our broadcast partner Sportscast Australia. Your full-time scorer in NPL Women's at New South Wales from the Village Green is University of New South Wales 3, Northern Tigers 2. Good night.